Alright guys, what's up? Moving along. So in this video we're going to actually start working with our SCSS file, sorry. Okay, and I know we have a lot more to cover on the React side, but some of you that have never done SCSS or maybe never done anything like this before will probably want to know how to use SCSS and how to implement some classes on React JSX programmatically, so to speak. All right, so let's start off first by talking about how SCSS really works, or what SCSS is. So this is a SCSS file right here. We talked about this already at the beginning of the course, but basically this is not a CSS file, it's a CSS producer, if that makes any sense. It's a language that the browser cannot interpret, but your compiler, which is going to be Node SCSS, is going to grab everything that you put in here and spit out CSS. But for development, it makes it a little bit easier and a little bit better to do things with it. So what we're going to do first of all is we're always going to have like some kind of hook class or something that you want to at the top level of that particular component that you want to use, and then you kind of use that class as your hook class to tell the CSS what to do with the internal elements inside that class. So since this li here is at the top level, as you can see, we're going to use it here. We're going to call this task. Okay, we're going to call this class task. It's not going to do anything because we haven't done anything yet, but we're going to come over here now and we're going to make a class. There you go. That's class, this dot right here. Okay, if I did this I'm targeting an ID of task. Let's not do that. I'm going to use task. You want to leave the IDs for programmatic stuff. And then we're going to open a bracket. So now everything inside of that class will work on that. So for example, this right here is now attached to this li right here, which is this entire block right here, this single block. So for example, say I wanted to make, if I did this background color, let's make a new one, red, background color red, and I hit Control S, it will make every single one of them red. It looks like they're different, like it's the entire thing, but not really. It just did it to each li, so it looks like a big thing. So just to make it more evident, we're gonna add a margin bottom to each li of 4 pixels, and then now you'll get to see the separation, and you'll get to see how this background color was applied to each particular li, not to the entire UL. Okay, not to the entire thing, just the li. The UL is here, and that is just has a class called list group. Okay, now could we use this as a whole class and then just, you know, say for example list group, I'll copy that and say for example list group, and then put this in there, and then I'm gonna use this list group as the whole class, but I'm gonna do it to the LIs in it. So I'm gonna do that instead, and as you can see, nothing changed. So yes, technically I can do that. I can use this UL right here and then target all of the LIs in there, which are going to be these right here, and it's the exact same thing. The problem with that though is that this list group right here is a class that is going to be, belongs to Bootstrap. Therefore it's going to be a class that is going to be used a little bit more in other places where you have other lists. So it's better to have some stuff that you don't want to be done globally to have them done to that particular item by just having a particular class assigned to it. So that's why I'm not going that way. Instead, I am attaching this class, which is going to be only for tasks, and then I can reuse that class if I want red lists again. Okay, but at least it's a class that I know that is customized and I can use it whenever I want without changing anything that comes from Bootstrap that I don't want to change from Bootstrap. That makes any sense? Alright, so obviously I don't want this red. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add a specific type of gray here. Maybe about that much. Okay. And I know that has an actual color. What's the color of that thing? Never mind. I can figure it out later. So I'm gonna hit enter now, and they're gonna be like a little gray like this. So that's good. That's fine. Maybe a little lighter. So now it's time to use the console, so I can actually go in a little bit more depth on this. So if you see this task right here is being reproduced because I'm using it on an li that is being repeated, right, on the map. And then you see here's the class. Now I can modify this a little bit and make it a little bit better. I like that right there. So that's EA. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that and change it in here so I can keep that. All right, and then now I am going to use a border radius of maybe 5 pixels. Okay, you can see how it's already rounding up a little bit. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna put that in there as well. I'm gonna keep that, and then I'm gonna use a border. I'm gonna use a border of 1 pixel solid, and let's just start with gray for now. Let's make it a little lighter, like that. Maybe there, just for a little bit of depth. All right, add that there. Now I'm looking at something here. If you notice, the very top of each of them is not really bordered. Okay, and that's because we have this right here from Bootstrap that says to the border top equals 0, meaning it's taking it away completely. So I am going to use this, and I'm gonna overwrite that one, and I'm just simply gonna overwrite that by putting border top equals 1 pixel solid, but I am gonna make it important. This right here overwrites anything that has already previously been set. And now when I hit it, press enter, you can see now that it's set, and it has the important tag in there. No, that's not it. This is it right here. Okay, see how it basically crossed this one out, and it made this one more important. So that's the way I want it. That's the way I like it. Looks great. All right, now I want an indicator for these that are true. I want this one to be indicated with the red, with the green border over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a class called reminder. All right, and I'm going to make a border left 5 pixels solid green. Now check this out. Because I have task and reminder, that's going to make this class work only if the class reminder existed underneath as a child of task, meaning over here where the me auto is. But it's not. I want it to be attached to the task itself. So when you want a task and a reminder to exist in the exact same element, not the children, then you need to address it with that. Then this means that will only apply, this right here will only apply if both task and reminder classes exist in here in the exact same place. Okay, so I'm gonna save this for now and make sure that it works. All right, so now going to my place here. How do I make that reminder class here? All right, so oops, I deleted the other one. There you go. Just to show you how it works. If I save, it's gonna look like that on all of them, but I don't want it to be on all of them. I want it to be only on the ones that do have a reminder. So this is where having a little expression will come handy. So for that, basically we will turn this entire thing here inside a squiggly bracket, and I'm gonna take those quotation marks out, and I'm going to highlight it all over again, and I'm gonna put the tilde instead. I don't know what it's called, backticks. Yeah, I'm gonna use the backticks. So I'm making this a little string now, okay? And now I'm gonna cascade to this. I'm gonna take that reminder off. I'm gonna cascade with that an expression like this, and then inside I'm going to say that if the task reminder, if the task reminder is true, right? If it's true, if the task reminder is true, then show me a reminder class. Else, don't show me anything in there. Okay? Add. So this right here is going to be added. So if the task reminder is true, add this class. If not, don't add anything. Now, of course, because true is pretty much a given, or that could be omitted, and it's the same thing. So now I'm going to hit enter, and you'll see now how it's only shown when it's true. Okay? And then if I turn it off, because I previously have that function that toggles to off, it does that. See that? Now there's only one thing I don't like. You see how this text right here is moving left and right, and that's because this border it thickens, and when it thickens it brings everything out the other way. So instead, for that to basically make sure that that's worked out, I'm gonna add another class. I'm gonna call this one reminder off. Okay, and then now that reminder off is going to have a border left of 1 pixel of the same color that the border was originally, like that. Is that right? Yep, like that, and hit save. Now if you see, okay, so it's still adding, so I have to add some padding is what I have to do. I'm gonna use some padding left, and let's say maybe 20 pixels, and see how that looks. Okay, hit enter. As you can see, there is still not quite there. All right, so this is when going back to this right here helps. I'm going to the reminder, no, not the reminder, oh, okay, I see what's going on. This reminder off is not being added, so I'm gonna get this reminder off, copy it, and then I'm gonna come over here, and now instead of not having anything shown if it's false, I'm actually have that show if it's false. Now it's looking even. If you look at it, maybe, let me see, does it move? It doesn't move. Does that move? It doesn't move. Perfect. That's exactly what you needed. So now it's a little bit more aesthetic, and it has more UX, user experience, to it, because you can tell whether it's being true or not by it's activated, so to speak. Or if you don't want a notification, basically you can turn it off and it won't show as a notification on there. All right, simple enough. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.